All right, shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise and glories to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Harakah Kadash, and double honors to elder apostles, elder bishops, the great wisdom, where I learned this truth from. In peace and salutation, Lord, for elect, wherever it may be in the four winds of the earth. Honor brother Kwam Gabar, come back with another lesson to edify the body. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, the house of David. And Lord's willing to edify and video through the spirit and power. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Bahashim Harakah Kadash. Before I begin, we say Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahushua, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahushua, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahushua. All blessings and glories to Heavenly Father, Abba Nawa Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Harakah Kadash. And once again, double honors to elder apostles, elder bishops, great millstone, and peace and salutation to all elect, wherever it may be in the four winds of the earth. As you see on my screen, the water, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, for the truth in earthen vessels, the wisdom, knowledge, should be, wisdom. Let's get that. Let's get it. Let's start off with that. Isaiah 33 and verse 6. Verse 5, it says, And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is exalted, for he dwell on high. He hath filled Zion, or in the Zion in the Hebrew, Tazion, the mount of the nation of Israel, Jacob. He dwells with us, right? He dwells with the nation of Israel, the elect. At this time, it says, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is exalted, for he dwell on high, and he had filled Zion with judgments and righteousness. Because the title of the lesson is At Last. Unfortunate, because I was just going on. What's been going on? A lot of things been going on. And there's it's all because the Lord's prophecies are our reality, as Apostle Rakah said. It's stuck. It's still, that's exactly where we're at. Like Apostle Aramla said about a year back in his video, every prophecy has a timeline, and we're in those timelines. We're in that season, right? Judgments and righteousness, and he's the righteousness with his beloved, his elect. And wisdom and knowledge shall be stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, is his treasure. We are his treasure. We have the water, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that we have, Yahweh Shai. We believe on the only begotten Son. The water, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, for waking us up in this last time. Before you will destroy it. You about to, man. It's getting ready to go down. Because I was just thinking about the next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. And at last, unfortunate. Jeremiah 30 and 7. Because, we know what Friday is. The first is no snap day, like no King's Day, right? No snap day. And then the day, Saturday night into Sunday morning is time change. The time falls back. So we so-called out here in California, all around the world, in America, we gain an hour, so-called. Spring forward, it's all the same thing, man. They're just trying to they're playing with these people's emotions, man. But hey, it's all of the Lord anyway. Everything is of Yahweh Shemel Shai. He's the potter, we're the clay. He made a vessel unto honor and a vessel unto dishonor, which is Esau, Edom. And his counterparts and 2/3 of our own people have joined hand with this wicked man. And they will both be punished. You know? So it's a beautiful time to be alive, man. The water, Yahweh Bashim Shai. You see? So let's go to that word at last, man. It says, this is at last. It means an expression of grief. Expression of grief, pity, or concern. Right, let's go to Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. Jeremiah. Let's get it in the blue letter. So, this is Jeremiah, and I'm going to start at the 4th verse. And it reads, it says, and these are the words that the Yahweh Shemeshai spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. Because we know what's going to happen, you know. This is the Lord's telling you. He's getting ready to do a lot of great things. He's doing a lot of great things. And he's going to continue to do what he will do, because it's his will. It's the Lord's will. And Yahweh shall let your will be done. And the Lord's will is to destroy 2/3 of his own people before he destroys Babylon the Great. And we understand that the MOTB has to be mandated. That's why it's everywhere in your face. People are having dreams. People are having dreams of uproars of the people. Things are getting ready to get really, really spooky, eerie, nasty. But on the right hand of the Lord, like, we're about to go from glory to glory, faith to faith. The Lord's he's putting his spirit, he's going to continue, Lord willing, to continue to keep the Harakakadash upon us. And to, the Lord said, have no pity. Right? Why? Why should we have pity for you people? Because, you have been told the famine of the word is right here. Hey, man, it's all going to come simultaneously. And us in the know, we're going to know. Because, hey, we have the Lord set up his men to teach his word the right way. The elder apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone, that we have, and, everyone knows in Israel that those are the true men of the Lord. But they're not willing, these other camps, because we don't really care, but they can't admit it that they're the men of the Lord. But we believe, we know, by faith, because of Yahweh Bashim Shai, because they have taught us they have been taught by their elders, and we've been taught by our elders. We were going to get this word in the land of our captivities, and they should remember ourselves. We're remembering ourselves because why? The Spirit bears witness that we are the children of the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Shai. You see? It says, and these are the words. This is Jeremiah 30 and 7. And these are the words that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus said Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear, not of peace. Because you people, you don't have, let's go to Isaiah. No, let's stay there. And I'll go to the other Bible app. So Jeremiah 30 and verse 5, but I'm going to go to Isaiah 30 and 1. And it reads, woe to the rebellious children. The rebellious children are the children of Israel, the two-thirds. The two-thirds. They were born to die. They were born to die. The Lord said, they will not enter into his rest. And this is the time we're about to enter into the Lord's rest. Because he's getting ready to take the men off the men of the Lord off the street. And Lord willing, we are those men. You know? We hope and pray. I hope and pray. But it's the Lord's will. Let your will be done. The Lord's will is going to be done regardless. You see? That's why we doing this in truth and sincerity. That's why we honor. Before honor, what? Comes humility. Like the elder Amon Gabar said, he said, the elect is going through a humility ritual. You know, on the right hand side, and he broke it down beautifully, comparing the two, carnally or in the spirit. You see? It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, they take counsel, but not of me, but not of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, even though he's in your face, even though he's telling you what he's getting ready to do to you, and you still walk up and down the street, you still scoff. But guess what? You were meant to be destroyed. Take it up. Hey, we're just the messengers. You know, we wiping the blood off our hands. We got to tell you the same thing that we all heard. We all heard the same word. If you don't get right, you will die. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai will kill you. But before he kills you and before he gets rid of you, he's going to make you suffer bitterly. You know? He's going to starve you out. He's going to send you into a concentration camp. Captivity to the captivity, sword to the sword. Jeremiah 15, 1 and 2. But it's all through the scriptures. Because the Lord told us. The Lord will do nothing but reveal his secrets to the servants of prophets. You see? And it reads, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, they take counsel, but not of me, and that covering with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. You get ready to do this. Sin to man. Second. Is it Second Ezra? No. It's Ecclesiasticus 27, verse 1 and 2. Many have sinned for a small matter. That small matter is that grain of rice, the MOTB, because it's being gradually in your face. You've been where you turn on the television, you turn on the television, you turn on YouTube, you turn on Instagram. It's all over because it's the Lord. He's telling you that Revelations 13, 16, 17, 18, and if you take it, you will. Revelations 14 and 9 and 10. But if you keep the words, if you keep the word of the Lord's going to keep you from the hour of temptation. But he said, some of you standing here should not taste death. But Revelation 20:4, men of the Lord, the ones, the elect, the ones that are meant to get their head chopped off, the Lord's going to be with them. The Lord's going to be with us, Lord willing. You see? It's written. You see? Many have sinned for a small matter, and that they seek for abundance will turn his eyes away. You about to, man, you're going to go into you ain't going to, man, and you're telling the Lord what you're going to do to him. Ultimately, it's the Lord, but the Lord has set up Esau, the whooping stick, the sword to come after you. The one that you trusted in. You see? It says that he seek for abundance will turn his eyes away. From where? The Lord. Yahweh Shemel Shai. Because when you don't see the men of the Lord on the streets, that's the Lord turning his back on you. Micah. Let's go to, let me write this down real quick. Salakia. So, Sirach 27, 1 and 2. And then Isaiah 30, 1 through 3. The water Yahweh Bashmel Shai. So let's go to Micah. That's what's lucky. The water. Micah 3 3 and 4. No, yeah, it is. Micah 3, verse 4 and 5. Verse 4. It says, then shall they cry unto Yahweh Bashmel Shai, but I will not hear them. He will even hide his face from them at that time. What time? This time, at last, that day is great, unfortunate, ill. It's about to get nasty, and it's going to be a dog-eat-dog world out here, man, because you know, hey, you're just going to have to, with how you lived your life in front of the Lord, that's how the Lord going to get you. But he going to get you, man, worse than you did him. And you don't even, and a fool has said in his heart that there is no power. You're the fool. And ultimately it's Esau Edom, but hey, you are your father the devil, and the lust of your father will do. You see? It reads, so then shall they cry unto Yahweh Bashmel Shai, but he will not hear them. He will even hide his face from them at that time. This time Jacob's trouble at last, as they have behaved themselves ill in their doing. Let's go to that word ill, man. Let's look it up. Ill definition. Salakia. Not in full health. You are dead. Dry bones. Not in full health. Sick. Poor in quality. Poor in quality. When the Lord gave you SNAP benefits, what did you two-thirds do to your temple? You ate bad, you made bad decisions. You don't take care of your children. You don't take them, those are the Lord's. Hey, man, you raise these YNs to be the worst generation known to mankind. They're not even, the YNs are man, they belong to Esau, man. They're a beast. Poor in quality, right? Badly, wrongly, or imperfectly. You don't do anything right. You can't get right. You can't do right. Even if you tried. And you think you're doing something great for doing, but we're all like that. We're filthy rags. None of us is good. But in the case of the elect, we've been washed by the word, the blood of Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, we have the Lord's number. You see? It's bad, bro. You guys are just only with difficulty, hard. You people are. It's hard to deal with you people. You guys are difficult as shit. You guys are extremely sick. Hey. Oh, you've been, you're drunk off of the wine. That's what made you sick. But it's all prophecy anyway. You see? See what the Lord is doing? You see that? So let's go back to Isaiah 30. And verse 1 again, it says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that take counsel, but not of me, and that covering with the covering, but not of my spirit." You have, man, just think of, man, that's the water Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai that you have brought us out of this darkness, this man, the water of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai for the covering of the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord. We come in the spirit of David, a contrite, broken spirit, and he's been healing us with hyssop every moment in the truth. But he's been doing it forever. But he's going to really do it for the elect. He's doing it for the elect. Only for the elect. You see? It says that they may add sin to sin. So let's go back to Ecclesiastes. Sirach. The water Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Sirach 27 and verse 2. As a nail sticketh fast between the joints of the stones, so do sin stick close to between buying and selling. Before you know, man, bro. You see, and the Lord told you not, hey, we have, even though we're in captivity, we still got to be an upright, upstanding human beings. Because the book, the nations said, they're an upright people. You see? We're supposed to be upright. But hey, the upright is the elect. But hey, 2/3 gonna have to get on the next side. And it's all the Lord, man. You see? Everything is of Yahweh Shem Shai. What can we say? But tell you the truth. I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? No, you become the Lord's enemy. And you're going to find out you have been the Lord's enemy this whole time. You've been warned. You have been warned. So let's go back to Let's go back to Isaiah 30. And verse 2, it says that walk to go down to Egypt. The modern day Egypt is America. Spiritually Sodom, spiritually Egypt, where our people were crucified, where the Lord was crucified. He was crossed out here. He's not worshipped here. They put their image, iconoclasm. Esau, let's go to it really quick. Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. The true judge, the only judges of the earth, heaven and earth, is Yahweh B'Shem Shai. So that's how the Lord was crucified here. He's not honored here. He's not worshipped here. But they say this is a God-fearing country. No, it's not. They don't do not one thing no. They do everything contrary to the Bible. Because they're the villain. There's no truth in them. Everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. Esau ate him. You see? But you have joined hand with this man. That's your father. And the lust of your father you will do. You see? If not, where and who is he? If it's not the so-called white man, if it's not Esau, Edom, because you guys still, that's, the Lord got you cold, you people cold-blooded, man. Yahweh Shem Shai is cold-blooded, man. But hey, it's the truth. It's beautiful, man. You see? So let's go back, man, to Isaiah 30. In verse 2, that walk to go down to Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. And that's so beautiful because I was just I was listening to hold on for a second, Salakia. I was listening to this video, right? And it says Pharaoh's palace is falling. And it's talking about America, that Western Man, it says Pharaoh's palace is falling. And, this guy was bringing out, he was saying great points. But, hey, it begins with this, begins with the prophets. Everyone has been taught by the prophets, by the elder apostles. Everyone knows the truth. And everyone sees the truth. But the ones that don't see it are the ones are going to be left here and melted. Zechariah 13:8 and 9. You see, the third part the 2/3 are going to be burnt up here in Babylon the Great, and the third should come through the fire. Right? Wherever 2/3 is on the four winds, but this is the bulk of judgment, because this is the bulk of deliverance. The Lord is going to gather His elect from four winds of the earth, just like He's going to destroy 2/3 in the four winds of the earth. But the bulk of the destruction, the bulk of the Lord's indignation, wrath, is on the 2/3 here in America. You see? You see how crazy how beautiful the Lord is? You see? And it reads, Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. That's the title of the lesson. I'm going to do a lesson on that. You see? That's what time we living in. That's where we at. It's getting eerily spooky, evil in America. They finally hit here. The pride is ceasing. Our pride go before destruction, and haughty spirit before a fall. You guys are falling, but you're about to be destroyed, man. You see? Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Great Babylon. Babal means confusion. That means you're dead. You see? So let's close out, man. And Lord's willing has been edifying through the Spirit. Jeremiah 30 and verse 5, it says, For thus said Yahweh Shemel Shai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man do travail with child. Because everyone is complaining. You men, especially you men, you're supposed to complain. But you're complaining about the wrong things. You're supposed to be in the spirit of mourning, woe, lamentations. You see? Beautiful. But hey, the Lord got everything set up the way He wanted. This is the Lord's will, man. What can I say? What can we say? But amen. It says, Ask ye now and see whether a man do travail with child. Because we know a man can't have a baby. You know that. Everyone knows that. But they're trying to put in a number when 1 + 1 is 2. It's the truth. And hey, you guys have been confused. You guys are in great confusion. It says, Ask ye now and see whether a man do travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins? You are you're bending over. You bent over for Esau, but you're bending over. Man, you gonna man, bro. You ill. You're sick. You see? Poor quality, poor decisions you made. But hey, every decision you make, you're going to have to suffer for that decision. You're going to, man, bro, that's what it is, man. All praises, the Lord is so good. It says, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail? Because you women are the weakest link. And you are going to be the most affected by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Because you got to remember, and it's going to come back to you. You're going to know after death by pain. Eve did it to her husband, Adam. She committed adultery against Adam. And who's Adam? Yahweh Shai. You see, the first Adam, the second Adam. You see? He's coming back to do his wrong. He's going to make everything right. We all went through, man, the water, how about Shemel Shai, man? You know? For today, man. And Lord willing, every day. Lord willing to the end. If it's your will, Lord. You see? And all faces are turned into paleness. You have become your father, the devil, and the lust of you. Don't have the spirit of the Lord. You're dead. You're dry bones. And it's so beautiful that Friday is what? Halloween. And the Northern Kingdom, what? They honor this thing. They honor death. Because it's all on them. But it's 2/3, all of Israel. The end up, she's the worst, bro. She's going to get it the worst. Because she's the head tribe. Judah's the head tribe. You know? Hey. And it falls back to because, you know, we all come from the waters of Judah. You know, it's like having children, right? Because my grandparents, you know, just side note, my grandparents on my father's side had 15 children. Right? So when one got in trouble, they all got in trouble. You see, when one got in trouble, they all got in trouble. But my father was the oldest boy, so he got it the worst. Because he's supposed to, you know, hey, it's all the Lord. So, hey, the elect is the bigger brother. Yahweh Shai is that bigger brother, but hey, we come in the spirit, we come in the stead of Yahweh Shai to tell you the truth, whether you hear or whether you forbear. You see? But now, hey, at last, unfortunate. At last, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. And it's so beautiful that November 1st is Saturday. Right? We're going to be out there at camp. Lord willing. Or however, you know, hey, it's the Lord's will. But we know that the feminine word is happening simultaneously. You know? Because when all hell breaks loose, we're not going to be out there preaching. The men of the Lord has done their job. They're doing their job. Continue to do their job. Start with the elder apostles, elder apostles of Great Millstone. See? Shalakia. For their tongue twister. And Jacob's trouble represents the world's trouble. Because the world belongs to us. The earth belongs to us. And we're about to get it back and take over. A Jakeover, man. Esau at the end of the world, a time and an age, this time and this age. And Jacob's the beginning that followeth, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Kingdom of heaven is going to be here on earth as it is in heaven. The Lord's prayer, the Lord's will. You see? But he shall be saved out of it. The elect. It's always been about the elect. And it's always been about the prophets, the angels, the prophets in the garden, preaching to Adam. You see? Man, it's beautiful, man. Let's close out with Jeremiah 28 and verse 8 and 9. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilences. The prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, and the word of the prophet is coming to pass right before your eyes, whether you believe it or not, your unbelief. It's the Lord's faithful and true. You see? Romans 3 and 3 and 4. What if some did not believe? You see? The prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known. Then shall you know who am I chosen, that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai had truly sent him. And Lord willing, the Lord truly sent us. And we're doing it in the Lord's truth and sincerity. You see? This is not our will. This is not our, and we know this is not our program. We want to be a part. We want to be written in the program, which is the Bible. And the program is what? All evil, pestilence, plagues, destruction, MOTB, World War III, deliverance. Everything that the Lord promised the men of the Lord. Fishers turn into hunters. We got the victory over the beast and his image. You see? Lord willing. Abba Nawi Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai Ratazah. So with that, Lord's willing, it's been edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Harakah HaKadash. Say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. All blessings and glories to Heavenly Father. Abba Nawi Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Harakah HaKadash. Shalom, shalom, shalom.